Assalamualaikum, I'm Nelly Bashisha, F1021. The state of the labour movement in Malaysia reflects a dynamic landscape shaped by historical, economic and social factors. As a nation with a significant industrial base, Malaysia's labour movement plays a crucial role in advocating for workers' rights, fair employment practices and social justice. This introduction will delve into the key aspect of the current state of the labour movement, exploring its historical context and the challenges it faces and the ongoing effort to address the evolving needs of the Malaysian workforce. Number 1. Decrease in union membership. The number of unionized workers in Malaysia has been steadily decreasing. Currently, only 6% of the 14.5 million workers in the country are union members. Next, control the trade unions. Traditionally, trade union in Malaysia has been controlled by law imposed by the British colonial administration and continued by the UMNO-led BN post-independent. Number 3. Weak labour laws. Malaysian trade union and labour law fall far short of minimum international standards. Even when Malaysia wanted to be part of the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement (TPPA), it had to make significant amendments to its labour law to meet minimum human rights and worker rights standards. Number 4. Limited space for trade unions. The trade union movement in Malaysia has accepted the limitation imposed on them by authorities and chosen to survive within that limited space. Even if the laws are unjust, there is a little effort to reach out to the Malaysian public or elected representative for help in the fight of justice. Lastly, lack of collective action. Union leaders often choose to act alone in a representative capacity, and there is a lack of collective action among workers. Even when pickets or protests occur, only a small percentage of union members participate.
Next, I will be explaining about several types of industrial action in Malaysia. Firstly is strikes. It is defined as employees stop working for a certain period, either completely or partially, to protest or negotiate better conditions. As an example of a strike in industrial action would be when a group of workers, such as employees in a factory, cease work for a specific period. This could due to disputes over wages, working conditions, or other contractual issues. For instance, an automobile manufacturing plant workers might go on a strike to demand better pay or improve safety measures. Next is boycotts. Boycott is refusal by workers to handle, use or deal with certain product or services. As an instance, boycott as part of industrial action could involve workers refusing to handle or use specific products or services. For instance, employees of a retail store might boycott certain products made by their company with labor practices they disagree with, aiming to pressure the company to improve those practices. Another example could be workers in a transportation company refusing to transport goods from a particular supplier as a protest against unfair labor conditions. Union will try to encourage other workers and supporters to follow suit, exerting economic pressure to give in their demand. Lastly is work to rule. Work to rule is when employees are strictly adhering to the rules and procedures outlined in their contracts, which can slow down productivity. In depth, it is a part of industrial actions could involve workers refusing to handle or use specific products or services. For instance, employees of a retail store might boycott certain products made by a company with labor practices they disagree with, aiming to pressure the company to improve those practices, or nurses are refusing to attend their patients and police officers are refusing to do their duties in order to reject overtime work hours. As the regular working hours in Malaysia are 8 hours a day and 45 hours a week, according to key provision of the Employment Act in Malaysia.
Hi, my name is Shahira Aliatau and my matrix number is 17 DSK21F1013. continue with 5 benefits of joining trade union. The first point is collective bargaining. Trade unions negotiate with employers on behalf of their members to secure better wages, working conditions, and benefits. By joining a trade union, individuals can have a stronger voice in these negotiations and potentially achieve improved terms of employment. For the second point is job security. Trade unions often advocate for job security measures such as fair dismissal procedure and protection against arbitrary layoffs. Being a member of a trade union can provide individuals with a sense of security and protection against unfair treatment by employers. For the third point, workplace health and safety. Trade unions prioritize the health and safety of their members. They work to ensure that workplaces comply with safety regulations, provide proper training, and address any hazards or risks. By joining a trade union, individuals can benefit from improved working conditions and reduce occupational risks. And for the fourth point, legal support and representation. Trade unions offer legal support and representation to their members in case of workplace disputes or conflicts. This can include assistance with grievance, disciplinary actions, or unfair treatment. Being part of a trade union can provide individuals with access to professional advice and representation when needed. Last but not least, the fifth point is training and development opportunities. Many trade unions offer training and development programs to enhance the skills and knowledge of their members. These programs can help individuals improve their career prospects, stay updated with industry trends, and access educational resources. Joining a trade union can provide individuals with valuable opportunities for professional growth.
Hi, my name is Farhani binti Muhammad Saiful Bahri. My matrix number is 17SK21F1071. Next, I will continue with several methods to resolve industrial disputes. First and foremost is negotiation. This strategy entails conversation and negotiation between disputing parties, such as management and labor union. Through compromise and conversation, the goal is to establish a mutually accepted solution. Secondly is mediation, a neutral third person known as a mediator. It's opposing parties in reaching an agreement. The mediator helps parties explore potential solutions by facilitating discussions, identifying mutual interests, and identifying common interests. The mediator does not decide whether he or she guides the parties to a mutually acceptable solutions. Arbitration is a more formal procedure in which a neutral third person, known as an arbitrator, hears both sides of a dispute and renders a binding ruling. The judgment of the arbitrator is typically based on the facts and arguments offered by the parties. This strategy is a less combative and a faster alternative to litigation. Collective bargaining is a procedure which company and employee representative negotiate employment terms and circumstances such as salary, working hours, and benefits. This strategy gives both parties a voice in decision making and can help prevent or resolve conflicts by achieving a mutually agreed upon collective accord.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Anissa Hana binti Abdul Hadi. My matrix number is 17SK21F1067. Now I will continue with simplify and summarize the case study. The trade union movement in Malaysia is experiencing a decline with a decrease in the number of unions and unionized workers. Currently, only 6% of the country's 14.5 million workers are union members. The weakening of the trade unions can be attributed to historical factors such as the control imposed by British colonial administration and the lack of education and empowerment of workers. Malaysian trade union and labor laws also fall short of international standards. This
specific partnership agreement, no amendment have been made to labor laws. When there are violations of worker or trade union rights, many unions choose to lodge complaints with government institutions rather than engage in strikes or campaigns. The remedies for workers and unions are weak and do not bring about significant change. The trade union movement in Malaysia needs to address these challenges and reach out to the public and elected representatives for support.